Daniel thought it would be simple. Show up. Smile. Leave before midnight. That was the plan. But nothing about Lily was simple. She grabbed his hand the moment he stepped onto the school playground. "You're late," she whispered dramatically, though she was grinning. "Dads are supposed to bring hot chocolate." He blinked, then laughed. No one had teased him like that in years. Within minutes, he found himself sitting on a tiny plastic chair, helping her adjust the paper crown she'd made. Other parents chatted casually with him, unaware that the quiet man beside them was worth more than their entire neighborhood combined. And for the first time in a long time, Daniel was grateful they didn't know. Emma watched from a distance, her heart caught between gratitude and disbelief. This wasn't the cold, numbers-driven executive who ran board meetings with ruthless precision. This was someone softer. Then came the countdown rehearsal. Each child had to stand between their parents. Lily grabbed Daniel's hand on one side, and Emma's on the other. And suddenly it didn't feel like pretending. When Lily leaned up and whispered, "I'm glad you're here, Dad," the word landed heavily in the winter air. Daniel froze. He had built companies from nothing. Negotiated billion-dollar mergers without flinching. But one small word from a child unraveled him. "Dad." The fireworks exploded above them in early celebration, and Lily squeezed both their hands as if anchoring them together. Daniel realized something unexpected in that moment. He hadn't come to help Emma save face. He had come because somewhere deep inside, he needed this too. And maybe, just maybe, this wasn't going to be a one-night promise. After the rehearsal ended, parents began packing up blankets and thermoses, but Lily refused to let go of Daniel's hand. "Stay for the real countdown," she insisted. "It's bad luck if dads leave early." Emma opened her mouth to apologize, but Daniel surprised her again. "I wouldn't want bad luck," he said lightly. They walked to the edge of the field where the city skyline shimmered in the distance. Daniel's own building, glass, steel, untouchable, glowed above them. He had been scheduled to host one of the most exclusive New Year's galas in the country. Investors from New York, London, Toronto. A room full of powerful people waiting for him. His phone buzzed in his coat pocket. He silenced it. For once, the world could wait. Lily tugged on his sleeve. "Did you ever watch fireworks with your dad?" The question hit harder than she could have known. "No," he answered honestly. "He passed away when I was about your age." Lily's small fingers squeezed his hand tighter. "Then you can borrow mine. Moms say sharing is nice." Emma blinked back tears. In that simple sentence, something shifted. This wasn't charity. It wasn't pity. It was connection. The final countdown began. 10. Daniel felt Lily's warmth on one side, Emma's quiet strength on the other. 5. For the first time in years, he wasn't thinking about quarterly reports or headlines. 3. He was thinking about second chances. 1. As midnight exploded across the sky, Lily threw her arms around him. And Daniel, billionaire, strategist, untouchable force of industry, held on like a man who had just found something money could never buy. Belonging. Midnight came and went, but Daniel didn't rush away. Instead, he stayed while Lily chased sparklers with the other kids, her laughter cutting through the cold night air. Emma stood beside him, unsure what to say. "You miss your party," she said quietly. Daniel looked toward the skyline again. His penthouse lights were blazing. Somewhere up there, champagne glasses were clinking without him. "I think I was exactly where I needed to be," he replied. Emma studied him differently now. Not as her intimidating CEO. Not as the man whose signature decided promotions and budgets. But as someone human, someone who had shown up when it mattered most. When the crowd began to thin, Lily ran back, cheeks pink from the cold. "Can we make this a tradition?" she asked boldly. "Every New Year's Eve?" Emma's breath caught. That was too much. Too soon. But Daniel crouched down to Lily's level. "Traditions," he said gently, "are promises you keep." He hesitated, just long enough for Emma to feel the weight of it. "Then yes," he finished. We'll make it a tradition. On the drive home, Emma replayed the night in her mind. She had expected judgment. Maybe charity. She hadn't expected sincerity. The next morning, Daniel did something no one at his company saw coming. He canceled his overseas expansion trip scheduled for the following week. Instead, he asked his assistant to clear his Friday evenings. Not for networking. Not for investors. For dinner. Because sometimes success isn't measured by what you build in glass towers. Sometimes it's measured by who's waiting at the table. By spring, Friday dinners had become more than a promise. They were loud. Messy. Real. Daniel learned how to burn grilled cheese without shame. Lily insisted on teaching him how to braid hair, badly. Emma watched it all unfold with cautious hope, the kind you hold gently because you've known disappointment before. At the office, rumors started. The billionaire CEO seemed different. Kinder in meetings. More patient. He created a new scholarship fund for single parents pursuing education. Quietly. Without press releases. Because this wasn't about image. It was about impact. One evening, as rain tapped softly against the apartment windows, Lily handed Daniel a folded piece of paper. It's for Father's Day at school, she explained shyly. Emma stiffened. Daniel unfolded it carefully. My dad didn't come from my tummy, it read in uneven handwriting. He came from a phone call my mom was brave enough to make. Daniel blinked hard. He looked at Emma, who suddenly couldn't meet his eyes. You don't have to feel pressured, she whispered. This started as a favor. Daniel shook his head. It stopped being a favor a long time ago. He knelt in front of Lily. Being a dad, he said gently, isn't about biology. It's about showing up. And I plan to keep showing up. Lily wrapped her arms around him, and Emma felt something settle in her heart, a peace she hadn't known in years. That New Year's Eve call had started with desperation. But it ended with something far greater. Proof that sometimes, the bravest thing a person can do is ask for help. And the greatest thing another can do is answer.